Here's why focusing on the process, not the outcome, is the fastest way to win. I'm Brian Ford. Welcome to Self-Improvement Daily. One of the most consistent pieces of advice we've all been given is a reminder to focus on the process. It connects in with other common guidelines, finding validation in the day-to-day and not getting too attached to outcomes. It's the journey, not the destination. But it's a recommendation that goes beyond finding fulfillment. It's also the direction of generating results. In business, people talk about KPIs, key performance indicators. These are the metrics that determine if things are headed in the right direction. Businesses are complex, so it's helpful to have one data point that you measure to know if your actions are driving meaningful change. But often, those KPIs relate to the outcomes, the tangible shifts in reality that occurred. But equally important to measure is the consistency with which we're taking strategic action, which we do in good faith that they'll steer the outcomes in our favor. That's why, as far as KPIs go, there are two types: leading metrics and lagging metrics. Leading metrics refer to the inputs that are in your direct control, the actions and the way you're working the process. Lagging indicators are the results that come about based on those leading actions, which represent the ultimate transformation you're trying to create. The reason I make that distinction is because when we talk about focusing on the process, it's an acceptance that in many ways, the results are out of our control. We can commit to taking action in ways that we believe are most likely to generate the results we want, and that's exactly what we should do, but the results aren't guaranteed. Cause and effect is real. Certain inputs tend to generate certain outputs. And that's where the art and science of it comes in. How do you take in feedback to change your approach so that you maximize your ability to obtain a desired outcome? Changing approach is more of a strategic process. It's not part of the day-to-day and should only happen at certain intervals. We define the strategy in one focus session to support our success toward achieving lagging indicators, to then allocate the majority of our attention focusing on the process, executing the plan consistently to meet leading indicators. Daily actions are derived from our committed strategies, which support the achievement of our stated goals. And you need clarity at each step to ensure your efforts are materializing into what you want. I'm Brian Ford, and you grew today. Let's do it again tomorrow on Self-Improvement Daily.